It's Monday. It's your girl Candy Kaylin.
Your boy Shout Time.
And it's time to
pull up.
Here on Facebook Live and YouTube, you're watching Pull Up the Podcast where we talk about sports, news,
hip-hop.
We don't talk about people.
We just give you the facts.
Mr. Shaw, it is time for, we are in the middle of the NFL playoffs. We started back in the playoffs.
Middle?
Well, we're towards the end, but we started like in the middle. Last week, we came back with a show. And then this week, we back with a show. Is your hair, are you losing your hair at the top?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Looks a little thin.
It's a fresh off the foot. How can I be losing my hair and I just had hair 3 weeks ago?
I don't know. That's why I was like, you should have just left it there. Anyway,
it's gonna be wagged up here in a minute. It's gonna be crushing. Trust me.
Okay. So we are like I said, last week we started. We were at the front. We were in the middle of the playoffs. We were towards the end. We're to the last 4 teams standing right before the Super Bowl kicks off. But we can talk about the playoffs and the last 4 teams standing. But being that we are from Cowboy Nation area, we must talk to Dallas Cowboys. We must talk to Dallas Cowboys. You go first.
Dakota, right? You I don't think Brock Purdy scored a touchdown. You threw 2 picks, you threw a crucial pick. You threw a pick in the red zone, right? And my problem, and it's not just on him, you lost the game. That pick in the red zone was your second pick. That lost the game, right? The rest of the receivers did not get open, right? CeeDee Lamb had 10 catches. Dak had 20 completions. That frustrated me because I needed CeeDee Lamb to go under. He probably would have if the rest of y'all could have got open, but nobody else got open. Dalton Schultz he went over to Dalton Schultz and CeeDee Lamb. I wish the worst for their mothers. I'm just gonna say it. Keep it thick.
What?
I feel sorry for their mothers. I just gotta be honest. They both went over Dalton Schultz only had like
lines, reciting lines from Minister Society in the middle of the show.
Keep it G. Feel sorry for their mother.
I had to clarify it because people like to come for people. So they hurt you on your mind.
I feel like they're gonna come for you regardless, as long as you keep it, just don't be too bad. Like don't just say a little. Like you say, quote movies. As long as I quote movies, they can't get mad.
I need to make it clear because I don't need nobody coming for me. It was a movie quote. So there are things to tie in the comedy to it. I agree. There were last plays where Dalton Schultz casually caught the ball, didn't get out of bounds. Completely. Clock kept running. 12-19. Extra point miss, blocked.
That was heavy.
Interceptions.
That's on that.
And here's the thing. There's reasons that I can't be a Cowboy fan, right? Because I feel like people who love the Cowboys participate in toxic behavior. Like, you enjoy being disappointed. And that's the reason why I can never get on the bandwagon. Because when you're committed to something, it takes a lot. Like, you get stressed. I was coaching Saturday, and a coach, you could tell, was like her first time coaching like this age group, I think. She's like, man, y'all stressing me out. Y'all stress. Like, that's how, like, the behavior here at my house yesterday, I was like, if y'all read my Facebook post, I was like, ladies, make sure their life insurance policy is up to date because I thought he was going to stroke out. Like, I cannot be that invested in any team that I got to cuss the TV. I got to scream. And, like, I feel like that's what the Cowboys give you because you want to see them get over this hump. Like, whatever it is. And next year is not promised because rosters change. People want out. Coaching changes. Readjusted on offense. Dan Quinn, conversations of Dan Quinn possibly. Because Dan Quinn, the defense looked good. Kellen Moore has interviewed for head coaching jobs. Not that I think that he's the glue that keeps it together, but you just know those personnel. You say that again?
Can Kaylin be so unprofessional?
Well, it's not that I'm unprofessional. Like, I need to actually take this and see what's going on because this is not a normal phone call. But I feel like people don't honor our time in our show. I feel like people have to do that. But yeah, so for me, that's the thing with the Cowboys. I just feel like 12-19, as you said, Dak Prescott, interceptions and crucial moments, just
That's killer.
making better, managing the football better and making better decisions, right? Every time ain't time to sling it. Go ahead.
Movie reference. I just thought about it. When I'm finna start doing on the regular, is brushing my face, and I'm gonna say, just brushing my weak ass face like Chicago. Movie reference. Movie reference.
People,
And
that's
this
how you.
what Dak
That's
ass
how
should have been
you.
doing on the sideline.
Is that how you feel about the Cowboys quarterback from yesterday?
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Like that's my new thing. When we brush my hair, I'm just like just brushing my weak ass head like Chicago, and that's what Dak was doing, just brushing his head. Like, bro, what were you doing? Like the defense play A1 again. Your receivers did not step up, but for the people who said you're not gonna miss Amari Cooper, you a fool. You a fool.
But outside of CD Lamb
Everybody else is just okay.
and
Like
Dalton
again,
Schultz is no
what,
Jason
what, what
Witten.
was what was shown? Amari Cooper puts pressure on the. I'm tired of everybody. Wow, you cannot find that everywhere. You do not. CD Lamb don't scare them like that. Like they know he flashy. They know he might make a big
But
play.
he's not there yet because we know he also drops the ball.
Yeah.
We also know he gets his hands on a lot of stuff that sometimes he should secure because he is such a hyped wide receiver at this point. So if you're in the conversations, boys need to know you're going to mouse them. And as you said, you don't take pressure. Like there's nowhere else to put the pressure but CD Lamb because the rest of y'all I need to just cover you. Gallup is not going to do anything spectacular. If he's open or he can out jump his man, that gets it up high enough. I don't think that everybody understands their assignment all the time fully.
Being a good receiver means you run good
Good
routes.
rap.
Good routes get you open.
Uh-huh.
You don't have to be elite. I'm just saying good. The Cowboys, they haven't had that all season and shown. Dak needs, until he can show me otherwise, elite talent to get them open.
Right? Okay, so let's talk about also. So I missed the first. Oh, I think I missed the whole first quarter, right? Wrapping up practice yesterday. So I get here, Tony Pollard was injured. I feel like that was another piece of the Cowboys offense.
I was fine with that. I had him going under on his fantasy points. I was fine with
that. Well, that's also another key piece to the Cowboys offense because people have figured, in the words of our father, they figured out Zeke. They figured Zeke out. So Zeke is not getting, even with the offensive lineman, if you know that Zeke is going to get the football, people have figured out how to shut that down.
The only time Zeke have a good game is when I take the under on his fantasy points. He gonna tear it up then. He go, Campbell, I should have been stupid, huh? No. Right. But at this point, you pay Zeke, you seen what you got return on your
right. Pollard got hurt. It hurt. It changes your, but it also changes your game plan, right? So not to make excuses, right? But we also know with game planning, you got to have several game plans.
Well, the 49ers defense is A1. So
yeah, they were.
I've been all season long and will continue as long as they're playing. I'm a gambler. I take the under on the other players' fantasy points because that means they're going to be, for the most part, they control the other team's offense. Just is what it is. The 49ers are that type of team. And unless Jalen Hurts going to have to prove me wrong. I'm high on that as a gambler now. You're going to have to prove me wrong. I've seen you play.
So besides, okay, so that was the next part, right?
Wrong, the gambling gods are not in my favor.
Brock Purdy. I can't even say it. Pretty. Like it's like I feel like everybody else says it's like real country when they say it. But he's not an elite quarterback in the NFL. He's a rookie. He's played 6 games. There's no film. There's not a lot of film to watch on him. And San Francisco has created an offense that does not make him do too much. And Kerry Kittle is going to do what? Greg Kittle is going to get open. Why did I call him Kerry Kittle? Who is Kerry? Who is
Kerry
Kerry?
Kittles played for the New York slash the Nets back in
That was
2000, back when Jason Kidd
yes,
was there.
yes.
Kerry
So Greg,
Kittles.
I didn't call this man
Long
Kerry. I'm like,
Adam's apple.
yeah, I'm like, why am I calling this man Kerry? Greg Kittle, but he's going to do what a tight end does. He's gonna get open. He's going to be your security blanket.
Put me on my edge up. I'm a head back.
He's gonna be a security blanket. So going into the NFC Championship game, right? So we talked about the Cowboys. We're moving into now that the NFC Championship is set. It will be Philadelphia versus San Francisco. Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy, San Francisco's defense with Bosa. What I don't think I think that their defense has to help them because I don't think we know the offense only produced 19 points yesterday, and that was off of turnovers, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's not like your quarterback is going to do. They're going to ask him to do anything phenomenal.
Jalen Hurts is gonna have to make me a believer. Other than that, I'm taking the under on the fantasy points for him, AJ Brown, the running back. And then I don't got no choice but to take a player from the 49ers. So maybe I'll take Christian McCaffrey's carries or something like that, right? But you're going to have to prove me wrong. This defense has been stout, A1 all season long. They have had 3 different quarterbacks. 3.
Mm-hmm.
Trace, if you're Hispanic, Trace, okay? And all 3 of them have produced wins. All right. Some people said the Cowboys quarterbacks had the easiest job in the world. They've had 3 different quarterbacks. All of them you can say by a subpar, like Jimmy G, Brock Purdy, and Trey Lance, because he ain't proved himself yet. But
He's John.
they are in the NFC Championship with 3 different quarterbacks. They let you know how stout their defense is. So, like, I remember one week, I was telling my theory to my partners. They never listen to my theories. It's okay, though. About the defense. And, my 49er fan, LJ, he was like, oh, yeah, but this week, so 1 week, y'all in the NFC Championship now. Obviously, your defense has been stout enough that a stat to bet on is the 49ers defense, right? That's my thought process. Bet on the 49ers defense. Because you don't got to worry about
what happens. What happens? So here's the thing, though, that everybody has to look at. The defense can only do so much, and that's what the Cowboys ran into yesterday. That offensive side, the offense has to produce. So Jalen Hurts can't have more offense than San Francisco have defense.
Jalen Hurts got to show me something. Jalen Hurts is a baller. Like, I like Jalen Hurts.
So when you say show you something, what else do you need to see?
Go to Super Bowl. Go to Super Bowl. You got. I mean, like you having a great season, but if it end here, Brock Purdy was the better quarterback. We ain't talking about you no more. Like, you got to show me something. You were playing. What?
I'm talking about Brock Purdy, though.
The 49ers have been in the Super Bowl or in the Super Bowl talk for the past 4 years. Quiet, right? What like since they lost to the Chiefs, right? Nobody think about that. Like, it's been the 49ers, right? Last year, the 49ers lost to the Rams. They lost to the Rams. Right? The Rams was on one last year, but the 49ers beat the Cowboys, beat Aaron Rodgers. Like, again, with Jimmy G, a subpar quarterback. So what I'm telling you is that defense is so stout. That defense is so, like, Jalen Hurts is going to have to show me something. He's going to have to show me that, hey, I'm really him. Like, I seen you do it at Alabama. I seen you do it at Oklahoma. I've seen you do it with the Eagles. But you're going to have to do it now. You're going to have to show me against the 49ers because, again,
he's strong.
For the past 4 years, this defense has been like, this defense is going in there. 85 Bears, the Buccaneers, like, that defense is that. They just got to put a Super Bowl behind it because they're right there on the cut. Like, they don't have the offense to get them over the hump. You know what I'm saying? Like, that defense is Hall of Fame.
I've always been saying defenses win championships. So as you said, just sometimes that's what you need to get you there. And so when you say that Jalen Hurts has been next level,
life. Go ahead. This is about basketball, not football. Go.
Oh, so when you say Jalen Hurts has been next level, we move on to the AFC, where I would really love to see a Super Bowl with 2 Texas boys playing quarterback. That would be absolutely amazing. Jalen Hurts is from Houston. Mahomes
That's who
is from Texas too.
Joe Burrow playing.
Yeah. So the AFC is those Cincinnati Bengals, right? To
Let's
think
talk
about,
about that.
huh?
This might be the matchup for the next 10 years is what we need to pay. Like how we talk about Steph and Westbrook for so long, we're gonna be Mahomes Burrow. They
Yeah.
go hand in hand right now.
Yeah. So Kansas City and Cincinnati. And to think of just like in 20 years ago, 10 years ago, we weren't talking about Cincinnati at this level. But here it is what Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase have been able to do to turn that Bengals team completely around. What Mahomes has done as
2 years.
yeah, legendary status in the last 5 there in Kansas City with the Chiefs. And
Let me say something real quick.
he's hurt. Go ahead.
If Joe Burrow wins the Super Bowl, they gonna give him. He getting him home like you.
Oh, he's definitely. Oh, they definitely gonna pay him.
Like
They definitely
gonna pay him regardless, but he can really play. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. I think when we have this conversation, right? We talk about a Joe Burrow and you talk about Jalen Hurts, right? You just think about those kids that were, and that's why I love the portal, right? These are people that you basically decided you were going to sit, you were going to make weight. You know, Jalen Hurts was a starter at Alabama that found his way to the bench, to the transfer portal, to Heisman Trophy candidate, conversation. Joe Burrow's a national champion.
he won it.
Yeah, he won the Heisman. Joe Burrow is a played in the national champion. Like
one of the greatest teams of all time in college football.
Exactly. So you're having this conversation where people have said, well, it's those chips, right? It's that LeBron James. I mean, it's that Michael Jordan. It's that Kobe Bryant. They mad. They got a chip on their shoulder because people kept telling them they weren't good enough. And that's what's making the game a little bit more competitive because for everything that they've won, they still got something that they're playing for.
Like the Bengals even started out the year not that good, and people was they're having they just in the Super Bowl last year and they back. Like after having a struggling season, right? The Bengals didn't have the best, but they've been good enough to be where they are. And now you playing a hurt Patrick Mahomes. How healthy is Patrick Mahomes determines if the Bengals beat the Kansas City Chiefs. That is going to be the determining factor because your backup not going to be able to come in and because I feel like quarterbacks be like, I'm looking at the other quarterback. I'm looking at Joe Burrow. See, like, I got him. You know what I'm saying? I got this one. Like, and they lost last year to the Rams, who were it was just the Rams year.
Mm-hmm.
It was just the Rams year because there was again, losing Odell hurt. He ain't played this season. It's crazy. I just thought about that. He ain't make no playoff run with nobody. He blow a lot of smoke. I don't be liking that. But that's
because the conversation was he undoubtedly worked out for Dallas. People were still concerned that he wasn't fully healed. And after those type of injuries, sometimes you do need the time off. Sometimes you need the time off to heal your mental, to heal your physical. So yes, Odell didn't make a playoff run. Everybody wanted to see Buffalo and Kansas City. They were selling tickets, and I think it was a disrespect. Like, right? The Bengals was like, how you gonna sell tickets for Mercedes-Benz Stadium for Kansas City and Buffalo? Like, we here. What you mean? Who told you that? Like, the level of disrespect, becomes almost too much to bear. And like I said, I think right now for the quarterbacks that are still in the fight, those, like I said, Hurts and Burrow, it's a situation of you said I wasn't good enough. And that fires people up. For whatever reason, for athletes, that's going to be the difference maker. And as you said, who has the ability to take away Patrick Mahomes' security blanket and Jamar Chase?
You mean Joe Burrow?
I mean Joe Burrows, yeah. And Patrick Mahomes, security blanket, and Kelsey.
Kelsey.
Travis Kelsey.
Again, I
And
got
Mama Kelsey has got 2 boys in the playoffs in championship games again.
being in the Super Bowl would be crazy.
So
but I have a lot of respect for both quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes in the aspect of you don't have a number one receiver, right? Like, yes, Travis Kelsey, but he's a tight end.
He's a tight end.
Right? Not many teams have had their number one receiver be a tight end and they be this good, right? I don't care what nobody tell you. Not Tony Gonzalez, not Antonio Gates,
Uncle Shay.
Like no tight end has been the best player and you still be this good. So I have a high level of respect for Patrick Mahomes because what he's doing is next level, right?
And what happens if he ever gets some targets?
If he ever gets something like a Jamar Chase, ooh. Because even Tyreek Hill couldn't run routes. He's fast, but he passed you.
Because I don't have to run a route.
Again, Trevor Lawrence, go get him somebody from Clemson, Jacksonville if you're smart, right? You got them Travis Etienne. These quarterbacks matched in with somebody they know. Patrick Mahomes don't got nobody he know from college, right? Like Kyler Murray, he got Malcolm Brown. That's his name. What's your college cousin? Yeah, Hollywood Brown, Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown. He got like matching players up with people they went to college with. Like that's why Joe Burrow looks the way he do because he don't have to worry about where's Jamar Chase gonna be. He knows where Jamar Chase is gonna be at all times, right? Patrick Mahomes has met Travis Kelsey, has found a connection with Travis Kelsey, and these other targets. They're just targets, right? Nothing against Valdez Scantling or Juju Smith,
it's not
Sky Moore, right? Nothing against that.
You're not gonna mouse me, and that's what I'm saying. Think about what corners are able to do because you're not that big of a threat to me. And even with Kelsey, you would think sometimes that they would tighten up, but he's going to run his route. He's going to do his job. He's going to get.
Ain't nobody
that. They practice these things, like right.
This skin tone and that big supposed to run past you. You're this skin tone, and you're this, and you running past me.
But the Kelsey boys is tough though. They both tough, like
for real.
They tough. They work hard. They gonna do their jobs. And Big Brother is not talked about as much for what he does on that offensive line.
Yeah. You'll talk
about a level of respect. So we're talking about a high level of football here where these are organizations that have put the pieces together, as you said, right? We got to go get the thing. We got to get those pieces that, you got to get offensive linemen that protect your quarterback. That can open up holes the size of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get those wide receivers or that wide receiver for Joe Burrow that he knows. They have a relationship with. They practice these things. Go ahead.
Let me ask you a basketball question real quick. How many threes do you think Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to make tonight?
I mean, why is he shooting more than one?
He hit 2 already. I picked him to go under 1. He hit 2 already. I hate it.
Everybody wants to be Steph Curry, bro. I
can't.
I
hate it.
I can't, bro. Like
he only hit 2 because I went. He only hit 2 because I picked him not to hit 2. That's the only reason.
I can't. So since you tapped into that, like your thoughts: who wins the NFC? Who wins the NFC Championship? Who wins the AFC Championship for a face-off in the Super Bowl? Your prediction:
49ers versus, if healthy, the Chiefs. If not healthy, the Bengals.
I like Joe Burrow. I met Daddy Burrow during the national championship in 2020, right before COVID shook the world. I like Joe. I think Joe is young. I think Joe got time. Right now, I want to see 2 black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl from Texas.
I ain't mad at it.
If we're going to do storytelling, let's write a story that could never be scripted this well.
It's going to be 42-44. The Eagles lose on the 2-point conversion.
And I could be fine with that. I would love to see a healthy Mahomes, which I don't think we're going to see at this point. When he came back in the game limping, I thought about Isaiah Thomas when he got hurt during those Detroit Pistons bad boy days, the original Isaiah Thomas, coming back. So go ahead, get that cortisone shot.
This my only thing. I just if he's not healthy, but
I mean, if he's not healthy, I don't think Kansas City doesn't. I don't think Kansas City has enough offense if he's not healthy to make it do what it do. And like I said, I would like to see, one of them got to get there for me, Jalen or Mahomes. I need you in the Super Bowl.
Are we gonna talk college basketball this year? Not because I want to talk Kentucky, but I'm saying like
because you want to talk Kentucky, bro. Like I don't even know.
We don't even need to be started getting talked about till after February. Like
right, because I don't even really know what's
except we will have the reigning national player of the year again, Oscar Tshiebwe. My boy had 26 and 31 last week. Yeah, we will have the player of the year again. Only problem is I just need the young guns to go. They be like 1 for 9, 1 for 6. I don't even want to talk about them in general, right? College basketball in general. The ACC, that's really what I want to talk about. Like,
we will get to them. We will get to them. I've actually only been catching bits and pieces. I've actually been following LSU. I've been following the women's basketball because they had 3 undefeateds. And Angel Reese, if you ain't seen her, out of LSU,
I seen
her. She live.
Yeah, she fun.
She Asia Wilson part 2.
I think she had like the 20 and the 20 and the 30
double. She tied Sylvia Fowles for the most double doubles at LSU. So she getting off. So yes, women's basketball. We will cover college basketball. South Carolina and LSU were undefeated. Kim Mulkey is now down in LSU for year 2 after being at Baylor, being a national champion. So we'll get some basketball talk in. For those of you who watch Pull Up, we are coming with part 2 of the show. We're here really soon. Don't forget, we're celebrating 40 years. What did I say? Is it 40? No, 50 years of hip hop. 50 years of hip hop. So we will bring you some series coverage on that 50 years of hip hop as well. We will get some WNBA coverage in May. We got NBA All-Star coming up in February. We'll talk NBA basketball here coming up soon. But before we get out of here, let's talk a little NBA basketball. Let's talk about the little all the smoke that Uncle Shay Shay wanted the other night during the Laker-Memphis Grizzly game. And how we go back to these young boys don't have no respect.
Dylan Brooks talk too much to be mid. Like you might be 4th, 5th best on the team. It's definitely Ja, Desmond Bain, Jaren Jackson when he healthy. Maybe Brandon Clark thin you. You mid at best.
And all Uncle Shannon told you was you was too small to guard LeBron, which you are. You are. And then
I didn't hear. I ain't go get the sound bites and all that because like some stuff I believe we not supposed to see.
I didn't get the sound bites either, right? That was what was said, and we got the sound bite of Uncle Shay Shay telling him F him back. Because again, your job is to focus on basketball. You've been in the NBA long enough to not be talking to the fans in the stand. Because see, to me, if no one is calling you N-words, talking about your mama, what are we talking in the stands for? You got to distract the noise. You played your entire life to get to this moment. Trash talk is a part of the game. Y'all are so like, I don't want to say sensitive because I don't think that's really the right word, but it's just, it's so disappointing to see them be able to talk crazy when it's convenient and then cry when it's an inconvenience. I think that's the nice way to put it. Is that the nice way?
I don't know. I just feel like Dylan Brooks talking too much to not be nowhere near all-star level.
It's 7 o'clock.
You're not kind of talking like you had Clay popping, Klay Thompson. We ain't never seen dude had the stuff Clay did this year. We know Clay on a different level because people been saying he's not the same Clay. So he's been mad. He went at the book.
He got a chip on his shoulder. Yeah, and they was jawing.
Blue was like, man, it's Clay. You know, he was telling me get you a ring. And I gotta respect it when I'm be mad. You know what I'm saying? But Dylan Brooks, we better than all that like so. Come playoff time, because the only thing the regular season basketball is good for me now is I'm a gambler, and until I die, I'm a gambler. I'm gonna bet on this. Right? That's it. Other than that,
Are you rich? Can I have some money?
nah, I'm not rich, man. I know how to maneuver my gambles. Real talk, I only bet $1, y'all. Some days, you know, you think about it. You bet $1, you win 9. Okay,
Can
so I
you bet
got
me $1?
huh?
So during the NCAA tournament, can you bet $1?
Yes, always. I'm not
Well, you
promoting.
gonna give me my money? Can I trust you with my
Now you
money?
can do it yourself. I just sent you the link. You
I
better.
don't want to do it myself because then I got to remember that I even did it, and
No,
I'm one of them people that have money sitting and not even know it.
I would.
'Cause I forget the
I
shit.
can't. I can't keep you. I can't keep up with your money.
No, you just need to get my money and then send it to me.
I can't. I can't. That's a little too much.
Why is that too much?
Cause then
Just
I
the
gotta go
same
like,
way I get your kid clothes and send them to you. Like, what's
yeah.
the difference?
No, you gotta
What's
take the
the
money out.
difference?
You gotta take the money out. You gotta send them over. It's a whole lot easier if you stored your account.
No, I can't.
I can just send
I
you the
don't wanna. I don't wanna.
problem. Then the money is over in your hand. You can take it out whenever
I
you
don't wanna. I don't wanna.
see how you see
No, 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 no.
Y'all see how hard they make me work? They want you to do everything. All right. They want you to manage their money while making the picks and doing the studying for the picks.
No, 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 no,
Man.
no.
Mm-mm.
No, 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 no. I don't wanna. Listen, before we get out of here, Mr. Shaw, I just wish you could have seen that dance that your kid did last week when I pulled up. She just be in her own lane, in her own world, acting like she's 15 years old, knowing what's going on.
And nobody will understand that there's a God, LSU was up 47-18.
You say what?
LSU was up 47-18.
Who are they playing?
Bama.
Girls?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's
We'll
gonna
talk
be.
about the boys and them
Yeah, it's
teams.
gonna be. Ooh, we didn't even talk about the boys and the young man that was on a part of the team that's headed to
I'm not.
trial
Nah.
for murder.
I'm not doing that. I'm not giving nobody no time because you shot your shot. You took your L. Take your L like a G, bro. I am growing as an adult, so I will not say what I would like to say. But what I will say is, as a man, we all shoot at women that we find attractive. Sometimes we get turned down. As a man, when a woman turns you down, you say, ma'am, have a great day, and you leave her alone. And that's why I will end that with. But I will not give a man the time of day who treats a woman as if it's a Negro off the street that done robbed him, snatched his chain off his neck, smacked his mama in the face, spit on his daughter. 11 shots? No, sir. That ain't even female stuff. That I don't know what that is. That's you can't even script that and write that in a movie. Ray Carew didn't even do that. All right, Ray Carew didn't even do that. 11.
And I think you summed all of that up perfectly for us not to even have to go on the story because we agree. There are certain things I don't think we should name. We shouldn't even honor people by saying their name and making them relevant. But it is a conversation that I think people need to have because here on Pull Up, we talk about these things with your sons about ego, your daughters about ego, the ability to let it go. You know, something else that we will be talking about this show.
Let it go.
This, I heard he told you to let it go. Anyway, we'll talk about that another day. But another thing in similar situation to that, Mr. Shaw, Blueface and Krishan rock. Blueface and Krishan are parents. If you're watching, these are lessons you need to teach your sons and your daughters. When people tell you they don't want you, go on about your business. Don't be pulling up on them. Don't be looking for them. Stop blaming other people for your bad behavior. You have got to love your kids enough that your kids have the ability to love themselves back. And I feel really, really sorry for this girl because ain't nobody loving her.
You feel sorry for her?
Because for her behavior, it is.
Do you blame Blue?
It is Blueface is a gaslighter. He is a gaslighter. But everybody is responsible for their individual behavior. And her behavior, sometimes Blueface ain't even around. So that's why I said no one is loving this baby. Like, this baby got some issues and everybody is exploiting it. Because I tell you, as a director, the producer, some of the stuff she did out of her eye cut, just cut. Because there is no, like, girl, no ma'am. No ma'am, babe. No ma'am. We will not continue this until you go get some counseling. And you will not be sent up in the counseling because I'm a teacher. See, like, and then the older I get, I realize. Because I'd have told you not, we will not continue this. Your contract will end here because this is crazy.
Blueface do a
This
lot.
is not even entertainment at this point. This is insanity.
Because Blueface can't rap, right? So all he can do is entertain at this point, right? But when she threw the chair at that man's house and he was just sitting there and everybody was just sitting there, she was like, "You'll be okay. You can buy another one." I said, "Oh my God, this how y'all
have a backstory."
I don't need to hear a backstory.
Her dad used to beat her mom up.
I believe it.
And her dad used to line her sisters up against the wall and go down and slap them all in the face. And then he would pick her up and shake her. So violence, and that's a conversation that so many people need to have. Violence is so normal and natural for so many people that her behavior is like normal for her.
Yeah.
It's not like, and that's why I said, no one is loving this young lady, letting her know. And now you pregnant. And meanwhile, he comes out and says, she'd have been with 10 people. It ain't my baby. Your baby. Why do you want a baby? And then you done talked about how you done got rid of some before. Like, baby, why you a baby? What your baby say? The baby. Ooh, the baby. And the baby be her when she be talking about ooh, the baby. It be her that she be looking at. That's how I feel about Krishan. Like, baby, you the baby. Like, you don't need to mother anybody because you were broken. You are not healed. You're going to have a dysfunctional child, whoever the daddy is. So, Mr. Shaw, I don't know. I can only give y'all that little bit of much. I'm not telling y'all to go watch that. I'm just saying, if y'all know this baby, y'all reach out and hug her because she need a hug. And whoever produces these shows on Zeus, y'all need to cut production on that and move on because it's not going to be so funny if somebody's brains get blown out while y'all recording. So
she's not going to just keep being exploited. She's going to eventually see. And then.
And especially, when people are not, like, when people are sober, when you're sober and sober-minded, you see things differently. So y'all, like, we got to be mindful of how we treat people, gaslighting people, doing stuff for production dollars. Like, I mean, I need some money too, but I'm not about to go record any old body and make some money off of them. And I know that they obviously ain't all the way there. But whatever. Until next week, this is your girl, Candy K. Lynn.
And your boy, Shoutown Shout. Not just Shoutown, I took the shout out. Shoutown, aka the Fat Mom.
Okay, because I don't never know who you are. Your name changes every week. But
Billy.
You are watching Pull Up the Podcast here live on Facebook and YouTube. Like, subscribe, and follow on, and you can get this wherever you find your podcast. Until next week, we love you, and we are
soul and hair grease.